Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we're talking about President Trump's State of the Union speech from Tuesday. It was a great long session that night. Trump spoke for over an hour and 20 minutes about the recent American success and our hopeful future. A lot of the airtime was the traditional clapping and standing ovation stuff though. Well, half the room was standing in ovation. The Democrats stayed seated for the most part, which was one of the reasons the independents started to resent them. It's pretty sad when you see American politicians sitting on their hands while others cheer for job growth, higher wages, and the drop in Latino and African American unemployment. Really seems like the Dems aren't even on America's side anymore. They're just on their own side. Hell, the Democrat disrespect on Tuesday was so bad, some of the lady lefty senators were caught playing Candy Crush on their phones during the speech. I'm not kidding. It was an absolute disaster for the left, to say the least. And the country has been noticing. That brings us to today's main topic. Independent voters not only overwhelmingly loved Trump's speech, 75% approving, they also noticed the disrespect and anti-American sentiments coming from the Democrats on the left there. And with all that in mind, I don't think any of these indies are going to be voting for the left anytime soon. You'll see what I'm talking about as we go over some of the reactions on Twitter. I got some juicy Twitter drama to spill for you guys. We're going to sip a little tea I found on thedailywire.com, and you guys are going to love it, so let's get into it. But first, a word from today's sponsor, Virtual Shield. Online privacy is more important now than ever. That's why I teamed up with Virtual Shield again, to offer you guys a great way to protect yourselves and your families. In short, Virtual Shield is the easiest VPN service to use in the whole world, ever, of all time, the best. It's also very cheap. For less than $5 per month, you can protect you and your family's internet privacy with one of their world-renowned VPNs. And for those who don't know, VPNs are virtual private networks that basically funnel your internet signature through Virtual Shield's secure servers. That way companies and the government can't track you and your internet information. And Virtual Shield added a new safety feature, which gives users the ability to block access to their device's cameras and microphones. That means no more spying on you, no more government listening into your convos, and no more Facebook hearing what you talk about and suggesting ads based on your private conversations. That's just creepy. Virtual Shield is easy and very affordable. All you do is go to their website, link in the description below, sign up and install their app or extension. They have extensions for all the top web browsers like Chrome, Firefox, and Opera, and they have mobile apps. It's very intuitive and super safe. Totally worth the $5 a month. Also, you can use the code NOBS for an additional 20% off, which also helps support the show and keep No Bullshit going. So if you're worried about your privacy and have thought about getting a VPN service, there you go. Virtual Shield is the very best and has a very fair price. You won't be disappointed. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get to the State of Union reactions. On Twitter, first we got a poll that was tweeted by Anthony Salvanto, saying, State of the Union got nearly full approval from reps and mixed from Dems in our instant poll. And then there's the pic above showing the speech's approval numbers. 97% of Republicans approved, 43% from the Dems, and a pleasant 72% from independents. And these are very important because it's usually independents who are swing voters. They're the ones deciding the elections a lot of the time, so this is a very good sign for Trump and Republicans. Twitter handle Adam Smith agrees with me, saying, love that independent number. That's what really matters. And Jersey Girl confirms with, I'm an independent voter and I give him 100. A great showing so far. And you see, independents are the ones both sides are trying to win over right now. Not only for the midterm elections coming up this fall, but also looking ahead for Trump's re-election campaign for 2020. It may seem like it's too early for that, but it's important to get people on your side early when you're the president. And Trump has done a great job of that with his economic success, low unemployment, and of course, tax cuts. He's getting more and more people on board early, turning them against the wicked and anti-American Democrats, as we all should be turning against them, really. Next, we got an interesting exchange between an independent and a lefty. Bama Cash tweets, I am in the independents. Excellent speech. Seems friendly enough, but Peekaboo had a different take on it. They tweeted back, sure you are. You must be in the racist category with the rest who voted approved on this poll. Wow, that's impressive. I've never seen somebody call so many people racist so effortlessly. I mean, between the Republicans who voted Trump, which is about half the country, plus the 75% of independents now, I'd say that's around 150 or 200 million people who are now supposedly racist, according to Peekaboo. But of course, she did say in her tweet, those who voted approved on this poll, so maybe that makes it okay. I mean, there was likely only a few hundred or maybe a few thousand who voted on this, but I still think that's calling a lot of people racist. And also, if this poll was given to the whole country, I imagine the results would be similar. Regardless, we all know half the country isn't racist. Trump supporters aren't racist either. None of us are. These liberal shills call everyone and their mother racist nowadays. That are Nazis. I'm just waiting for the day they realize they've stripped those words of meaning at this point. They've become useless and, in a way, that actually helps the real racists out there. Deplorable Me Too fires back with their own zinger, saying, don't forget to call her a Russian bot also, because anyone who disagrees with a brain-dead liberal is a racist. A Russian bot or a racist Russian bot. Hashtag liberals are morons. Nice. Yep, Russian collusion is another libtard buzzword we hear constantly, something we talk talked about in yesterday's video with Family Guy. And the Russia collusion stuff is another thing that people aren't taking seriously anymore. I can't believe they still use that phrase, to be honest. It's no wonder no one wants to become one of the Democrats. Libs are cringy as hell nowadays. Next, Baizu's BTFO replied with, "I'm also a registered independent here too, and I love the speech. Finally a president with backbone who could speak like a normal person, and not just pretty words spoken eloquently with no meaning. Also, I'm not a Russian bot since I was made in China." What another lovely take. Trump does speak like a real person. He's direct, well-spoken, but not overly intellectual or wanna be smart, as I see it. That's how many lefties try and talk, like Obama, the smooth talker president. There's also so many pseudo-intellectuals on Twitter. It's nauseating. They're always talking all big and dramatic, like they're reading a textbook or some kind of poem or soliloquy. Or they'll always act like they're in a debate or something. Halls of debate type shit. It's annoying as hell. And I don't think they look smart talking and acting like that either. They look like they're trying to look smart, which is why I know they are in fact not smart at all. Smart people like me don't need to act smart. When you're a fucking genius like this, you speak however you want. I like to talk shit and speak like a human being, but I'm just a simple man with simple pleasures. Next we got Bama Cash making an interesting return with, "I was raised a Democrat, but you can't tell these people anything." Oh, ouch. That's gotta really sting for the left-wingers here. This is a true potential Democrat voter we're talking about. She was raised to be one, but stupid, snobby, holier-than-thou liberals like Peekaboo are ruining it for the whole party. Look, even the other commenter, Bezos, replied with a similar story, saying this, "Same here. I was raised in a union household, changed from Dem to Indy, and voted for Trump in the blue state of California too. I did that as well. But apparently I'm a Russian bot since people outside of liberal echo chambers can't possibly exist in large numbers because CNN said so." That's another great point. I thought of this too, many times, especially leading up to the election in 2016. CNN and the polls were all so biased and rigged. I just stopped believing in them completely. They said Trump had no chance of winning, and well, we all know what actually happened. And believe me, I have video proof that I saw it coming. You can look back in my library. And ever since that big loss for the Democrats and CNN, as far as I'm concerned, it's been over for that news station and the mainstream media. They lost all credibility, and they've only made things worse and worse since then. CNN still lies and talks about Russia nonstop, and they got Jim Acosta at the White House acting like a jackass. And now that we're a year or so later from the election, people know more now than ever that the country isn't this united liberal thinking left-wing domination, like the news would have you believe. In fact, it's a bit of the opposite. Most of the country is turning conservative, or at least voting for us, and many people who didn't vote for Trump are starting to see the light too. Like this tweet from Julie West, which says, "I didn't even vote Trump and I loved it," meaning his speech. Dems made themselves look like bad people. That's right. Time after time, the Dems and the left are making themselves look like terrible, bad people. They call everyone racist, but we're not racist, so their out-of-line accusations actually make them look bad. Or like at this State of the Union speech where the Dems act completely disrespectful, sitting down for American progress and success, turning up their nose at us and Trump, our leader. They check their phones and play mobile games while Trump is addressing the nation and making America great again. Another person who didn't support Trump initially tweeted this, "I was not a supporter of POTUS, but he is proving himself more and more every day. I appreciate that he's not tweeting as much. I am most disturbed by the left and their hate, and how far they will go. Irony of their criticism of POTUS and his behavior, but they failed to theirs." There is a lot of great irony here. The left always tries to virtue signal and morally grandstand over us, but they're the ones who are terrible, immoral, degenerate, and godless people. The Democrats are the true plague on our society, and these liberal radicals are making the whole Democratic Party look insane. They've gone rampant with corruption, like with Obama and Clinton, and deleting emails. Hell, there was even a Democrat senator from Florida this week who just had a report for jail for corruption. She was stealing money from her own bogus charity. Can you believe that? Between that and all this other stuff and the terrible social media presences like liberals have on Twitter, I'd say this is the beginning of the end of days for the liberals. Time's up. And it's not the time's up Hollywood's talking about. What I'm talking about is, Democrats, you're fucking out, and we're fucking in. Speaking of Twitter and liberal attacks on people out there, I want to mention one personal story before we go today. You see, the original No Bullshit Twitter account has been suspended for unknown reasons. It was shut down a few days ago without much explanation. I have my own theories and even some pretty compelling evidence as to who was behind it, but I'm not going to get into all that today. They could be watching and trying to find ways to false flag me again, so I won't be telling my banned from Twitter story for now. Maybe later if you guys hit like on the video. I will tell you this though, I'm going to be using my personal Twitter for the time being and for the foreseeable future. The handle is @BrooksHeatherly. That's my name. Don't wear it out. It's been out there already since I've been doxxed and slandered and harassed by other YouTubers, so I might as well go by it. I'm Brooks, the host of No Bullshit. Follow me on Twitter for more updates, announcements, and inside information about the show. I'll also be doing more news and political coverage there, and the occasional shitpost and jokery. So don't worry, no matter how many times the left tries to stop us, Brooks and No Bullshit are always going to come back. And this time, we mean business. Thanks for watching today's episode about American independence and the their reaction to Trump's State of the Union speech, which was very positive. What do you guys think about all this? Did you like the speech? What was your favorite part, and what do you think Trump said that rang true to you? And do you think Trump's been making America great again, like he promised just a couple years ago? Comment your thoughts on all this below, and thanks for watching No Bullshit. See y'all next time.